Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another installment of Monster Mike's Mayhem. On today's special spring installment, I want to talk about something near and dear to Monster Mike's heart. None other than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Back in 1991, a little show on Fox came out called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And they wanted to capitalize on the fame of the low-budget 1978 Attack of the Killer Tomatoes movie. Done by none other than Costa Dillon. Well, what happened was they had followed up the movie with 1988's Return of the Killer Tomatoes. And then straight to video, they did Killer Tomatoes Strikes Back and none other than Killer Tomatoes Eats France. Right around the same time, between 90 and 91, they did a little TV show on Fox called Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. And a lot of these companies wanted to jump on the bandwagon because of the success of the movies and TV shows and cartoons and stuff. And they wanted to bring stuff to the table. And one company was Collegeville. I don't know if you guys remember Collegeville from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. They would make plastic vacuum form masks and really cheaply made, like, I don't know what you call it, like plastic costumes that you would put on like pajamas, and you'd walk around and it would say the name of the costume, like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes on the front of the costume. Another one was Ruby's costumes. We'll be discussing that in the future on this video, so stay tuned to this channel, kiddies. You'll be seeing some more monster greatness coming your way. As of right now, we're talking about the 1991 Collegeville Attack of the Killer Tomatoes vacuum formed child-sized costume for Halloween 1991. As you guys can see, this is a very cherry mint example of this. Usually the boxes are completely torn and lost and thrown away by the children of the 1990s. If you guys were a 70s, 80s, and 90s kid, you knew that you would tear your costumes open and wear them for one Halloween, and they either get thrown in the drawer, or they get thrown in the trash, or they break, or the elastic strings busted on the back of those vacuum masks, and you'd throw them away and stuff. This is a excellent mint condition piece of Collegeville history. You can see the pumpkin Collegeville costumes with mask. It's pretty much, I'd say, mint condition, folks. I mean, this thing, you couldn't get it any nicer than what it is now. I scored this. Yours truly, Monster Mike, scored this about 15 years ago for $100. Just $100. These things go mint in the box for upwards of $500 to $1,000 on secondary market. Good luck finding one of these. Now, to my second point that I was wanting to bring up, the tomato craze went on from about 1990 to about 92. That was when Monster Mike graduated from high school. If that tells my age, folks out there in Monsterland. I was around 19 when this show finally gave up the ghost, and all the toys and masks and props and lunch boxes and beach towels. They all kind of faded into the darkness, and then never was to be seen again. Well, that's why these things are so sought after, and everybody wants them so badly. So that's why they're categorized as technically Madball toys. So when you go on secondary market and you're looking for mad balls, weird balls, disgusting balls, etc., you're going to find these killer tomated toys, which I'll be talking about in my next upcoming videos. We're going to discuss about Mattel and about Applause jumping on the bad wagon around 1990, 1991, trying to get into this new killer tomato craze that was going on in the early 90s. It did not last very long. That's why you guys can't go out to your local flea market or garage sale or your local thrift store and find one of these killer tomatoes loose or even carted. For that fact, I've even looked at antique malls for many, many years, 25, 30 years, never found one. I said in the previous video, I found one loose one. It was Tomato Missing Link without his human counterpart. We'll be discussing what I mean by that. There's a little human that came with him that you could eat the human inside the creature. The tomato would eat him. He could bite down on him and crush him up. I found it for like $1 back in like 2003 or something like that. I'm not positive exactly what year it was. I think it was like 03, 04, something like that. Never seen another one again. I could find a food fighter or a Madball faster, and that tells you something because you can't even find them. Try to find a food fighter or Madball in 2026 at a local thrift store or yard sale. You're not going to find them. Everybody scooped them up. It's all secondary market. Everything is priced high. You can only find it like on Etsy, Mercari, Amazon, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, to be a few examples. So, when you get into those kind of toys, you're going to be looking at big dollars. We're talking big collectors. I've seen these go for between $200 and $500 on the card in the last 3 years. And this is between 2023 and 2026. They're getting up there, folks. If you're looking for Killer Tomato merch, you better grab it fast. It's going up for big bucks on the secondary market, especially they call it Evil Bay or eBay, however you want to say that out there in Monsterland. But yes, I did get this on Evil Bay about 2015 for $100, and it is going for between $500 and $1,000. This is a sealed mint example, folks, not a loose, busted up one. Mint, full mint boxed example. And you got your front here. It says flame retardant Collegeville, size small, child size. And so, those are the kind of toys that came out between 90 and 91 that people are starting to go after. Even the 80s and 90s Gen X kids are looking for their stuff they had when they were kids. And they're starting to go up in price because everybody knows they're looking for them now. You're not going to be looking for something from the 50s. You're going to be looking for something from the 80s, the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And some people are only looking for specifics like 80s and 90s now, because we're getting into the 2026s now. So, good luck finding these toys. I will be discussing some things about killer tomatoes that you guys out there in Monsterland didn't know about. And we will be discussing them in future videos, so stay tuned, you thirsty monsters that thirst monster knowledge on these quirky, weird, kooky, spooky collectibles of mine. I thought I'd dust this out of the old Monster Mike vaults and show you this beautiful piece in front of you, the 1991 Collegeville small child costume. just as a reminder, I will be showing other videos coming up in future videos. You will be seeing a lot of possibly different videos and stuff about killer tomatoes. I'm going to be talking also possibly about other things like video store promotionals. I'm going to be talking about records, rare horror soundtrack records in the future. So stay tuned, all you monsters out there in Monsterland. We're going to be getting into a lot of subjects this year. It's going to be really thick, folks. It's going to be deep. We're going to be getting in some really cool territory. So if you guys like quirky, weird, monster, sci-fi, fantasy stuff, toys, masks, records, movies, old horror comic books, stay tuned and get ready to be monsterfied, folks, because I'm going all out this year in 2026. So again, if you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. And until next time, kiddies, stay tuned and get monsterfied.